Blackroots Science is designed to move us from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from ignorance to enlightenment, from mortality to immortality. Our Earth and solar system were created 78 trillion years ago, an incomprehensible amount of time, already expanding our minds far beyond what we are made to conceive as truth. As soon as the Earth was ready, 144,000 ancestors came from another star system, the star called Sirius, that was worshipped by the ancient Egyptians. They inhabited the earth after preparing it by seeding it with plant and animal life. After about 7,000 years since their arrival, their population increased from 144,000 to 1,008,000,000. 1B8M. This number, 1B8M, is the most sacred number in creation. It is a total number of original people who inhabited the first earth of our universe countless trillion years ago. Thus, every earth inhabited thereafter keeps this number as their final and stable population. It was determined to be the ideal number of people that can inhabit a planet the size of Earth in complete comfort without imposing on each other or on the natural resources, as well as on the animals and plants. That enables complete freedom of movement for all life on the planet, and this is essential for peace, prosperity, and spiritual growth, which is basically the gaining of knowledge. The reason why the number is specifically 1,008,000,000 is described in the mathematics section of Blackroots Science. Before I continue the read, the mathematics section is gonna be something that will bring itself out a bit later, so bear with us and keep your eyes peeled on the article and on our releases, because it'll be out sooner rather than later. We continue. The first Earth mentioned above was created by the 1,008,000,000 original gods from the stars of the previous universe. They had existed in that previous universe toward its end, along with trillions upon countless trillions of other people, in a state of mind called divine unity, or the oneness of God. It is a state of mind where all the people in the universe unite as one. This one is God in truth, not the spirit God of modern religions. And for me, this part really wholly and deeply resonated with me, because the current realm, or rather the current understanding of religion, is from a corrupted purpose. Religion exists wholly to bring people from untruth into truth, to bring people to a close relationship with God. I mean, always quoting my favorite verse, Luke 17:21, always it speaks about the kingdom of heaven being within Jesus' own words, right? And in that sense, you see how the Pharisees tended to look at Christ as a blasphemous character, to the point of the eventual crucifixion, and we'll get into the entire works of Christ a bit later. But the idea is to transpose that to present reality, and looking at religion as it is more important to acknowledge God as a spirit than God dwelling within our people. You know, I find that quite interesting. It's a very beautiful paradox when you actually sit down with it. Anyway, continuing the read. When the trillions upon trillions of people at the end of the previous universe were united as one, they experienced an indescribable expansion of their minds, which were as one mind. The all is mind, the universe is mental after all. It expanded to such an extent that it not only circumscribed the entire universe, but exceeded its boundaries by an immeasurable extent. The one mind, or God, became so large that the previous universe could no longer contain him stroke her. He stroke she. Right? And this is a very important concept for us to understand. As much as we may seem to be in a more liberal society, there is clearly a lot of pushback, right? Of men being superior, right? And in the new age spirituality, it's women are superior, we are the ones who came first. Well, turns out truth is much more equal. God is both man and woman. We are complementary. Hate to break it to the supremacists, the genderists, yeah? Anyway, let's continue. She felt a need for a larger universe in which the experience of life would continue. The trillions upon trillions of people, still united as one, then decided to abandon that universe. They consciously left their perfected bodies and rose in mind far above the universe. They then looked down on it, and so it was as a small sphere, the way our Earth looks when seen from high above in space. Now, the mind is always attached to the body. There is no such thing as a mind without a body, as the so-called spiritualists would like us to believe. The mind can extend beyond the outer reaches of space, even expand infinitely, but a magnetic attraction always attaches it to the physical body. The magnetic attraction dissipates at death, and the mind, an individual personality or soul, then ascends. I will discuss ascension at a later time. The unified mind of the people who are as one person was so immense that the stars appeared to be the size of atoms. As this person was contemplating the universal sphere, he or she saw that it was adequate for habitation as a new earth, with all the stars being its atoms. Isn't it interesting how the hermetic principle, as above so below, is being brought forth? How in chemistry, rather modern chemistry, when we learn about the atomic structures, little do we know we're actually learning about stars and planets and solar systems. She made 1,008,000,000 new bodies corresponding to the size of the new Earth, using some of its substance, the stars' stroke atoms. Then she disconnected the magnetic connection to the old bodies and left them in the old universe. The 1,008,000,000 gods then descended upon the earth into the new bodies and became the first inhabitants. The matter of every star and planet in the universe is created in 7 forms. In modern words, these are magnetism, electricity, light, ether, gases, liquids, and solids. The 4th substance, ether, is the central supporting substance of the other 6. It is the womb of creation, called space. It is black in color, as one can see by looking out into space at night. This absolute blackness called space not only supports the other substances, but it also gives individual color to all objects, because the color black contains all other colors in itself. Hence, when the 1,008,000,000 original gods made themselves new bodies, they covered clothes them in skin whose color is black, getting it directly from the ether. Are you seeing how the plot is thickening? Because the gods create all plants and animals from their own bodies, they need to have all colors stored in a single color in their creative germ, which is called the dark dominant germ or gene, the source of what modern people call melanin. Upon arriving on the first earth, the one mind of God incarnated instantly in 1,008,000,000 original bodies, as already said. Half of them, 504 million, were female, and the other half were male. Each pair of male-female gods are called soulmates. They always create in soulmate pairs, even when in large groups, because all creation has a male or female or negative, positive principle. Negative is not used, however, in a derogatory sense, but as a complement of positive. The 1,008,000,000 original people then proceeded to instantly create perfect plants and animals called the original totems, from which all evolutionary life forms evolved. They also proceeded to create new stars and planets around the first earth by condensing part of their expanded mind. After living on that first earth for more than 1,000,000,000,000 years, they finalized their plans for the completion of a new, much larger universe. They then gave birth to their descendants and then passed out of life. They ascended. Before passing, they established the Society of the Black Nation. They established it by withdrawing from or leaving their divine unity, in which they had existed for over 1,000,000,000 years. For the ones who struggle with carrying context forward, the divine unity is basically the coming together of all these individual gods as one mind, yeah? And that coming together as one mind is the supreme being, the God, yeah? Moving on, they did this in order to be able to bring new life into the world, new persons who had never existed before, such as you and me. At the same time, in order to ensure the continuity of eternity, these same 1,008,000,000 original gods continue to incarnate in the new people. They reside in the unconscious part of the person's mind and are called the mind of God, or the divine gift of ancestral memory, or what modern people call the Spirit of God. Thus, every black person, even though he or she is born brand new, is simultaneously one of the 1,008,000,000 original gods. Only the personality, the soul, is new. The spirit is old, even eternal. The 1,008,000,000 original people all withdrew from the divine unity, except 24 people, 12 men and 12 women. They became the kings and queens called the 24 elders, who are really 12 gods or 12 soulmate couples. The 24 elders are called the custodians of divine unity. Now notice something very interesting about these 24 elders. I'll have you move to the book of Revelation. Yes, in the book of Revelation, I'll quote the verse and you can search it up. I looked, and behold, the door was open in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show you things which must be hereafter. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald, and round about the throne were 24 seats. 4 and 20 is 24. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders, 24 elders sitting clothed in white raiment. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. Why did I read that? It was to emphasize that this information has always been out there and is always influenced across every single thing. It's just a matter of its revelation, a matter of how this information today has been degraded, it has decayed. But we're in the period of awakening, hence why this, amongst many efforts, is to divulge the information and bring people into a remembrance of themselves. Anyway, moving on. The 24 elders are called the custodians of divine unity. The 12 gods choose 12 assistants each and call them the 144 chiefs. The gods divided the population into 12 tribes of 84 million people. They further divided each tribe into 6 clans and set 2 chiefs, a man and a woman, as the heads of each clan. The chiefs chose 1,000 people each and called them the 144,000 judges. They sent them in soulmate pairs all over the earth to set the foundations for 72,000 cities. Each couple took about 14,000 people with them to establish their city. This was the basic organization of the Black nation established by the original gods on the first earth. When other earths were completed and settlers sent to them, this organization was repeated and remains as the divine form of kingdom/queendom on every inhabited earth throughout the universe. The original gods also established 7 great rituals of initiation to be used by the elders to elevate all new people to divine unity. God's purpose for creating universe after universe is to increase himself/herself. Every person who completes the 7 great rituals becomes full God, exactly like the original people. At that moment of completion, God rediscovers himself/herself anew, as if he/she had never existed before. That is how God renews himself/herself, thus overcoming the stagnancy that would be the case in an eternally all-knowing being who never changes. In addition to the 7 great rituals, the original people also established many other rituals and customs covering every area of science and life. They then initiated the leaders of their descendants into this knowledge before passing. The initiation rituals have been faithfully transmitted from generation to generation since the beginning. On our earth, this form of divine rule existed uninterrupted for 78 trillion years until 6,000 years ago, when a certain God decided it was time for all the other gods, you and me, to experience that part of us contained in what is called the non-creative, recessive light germ. He caused the birth of new races of people, the non-blacks, who would be the vehicles to manifest all that is in that gene. All things, without exception, are contained in God. God will experience all that is contained in him or her. She knows all, but has not experienced all. She uses the creation for this purpose of experiencing all that is known, including what is called evil. Hence, 6,000 years ago, a god by the name Yahweh, called Yakub in other ancient scripts, was born here on our earth. He, together with about 60,000 volunteers who are called the Elohim, made the non-blacks in our image. Isn't it interesting? Made in the image and likeness of God. They made them by suppressing the dominant black gene and slowly unfolding the recessive light gene over a period of 7 generations of offspring, or 200 years. This caused the appearance of the first light race born to black people. After another 200 years of deliberate and careful breeding, they caused the second light race to appear out of the first. Then 200 years later, the third race appeared, and finally, 66 years after the appearance of the third race, the yellow race, the fourth race, the Caucasians, appeared. These 60,000 people, Yahweh and the Elohim, thus initiated the modern age and the process that would eventually bring our divine kingdom to a temporary end. I'd like you to notice something about the way this makes the whole thing about genetic diversity amongst like two related Africans, probably through tribal relations and stuff like that, is far vaster than genetic diversity between, let's say, a Chinaman and an American who has no Chinese heritage, right? It's because the other races come from a pool of our people, right? Whereas ourselves, we have been here for a very long period of time, as you've come to see. That, in brief, is a sacred history leading from the first earth to our earth and to the present situation of cycle called evil, which was preordained to last for 6,000 years. What a read, right? That's exactly why they say that reality is often stranger than fiction. And this was just a summary, the beginning of the reads. Stay tuned and subscribe to listen to more of these profound truths. And again, Blackroots Science exists to move us from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from ignorance to enlightenment, and from mortality to immortality. Salam alaikum.